let's see how we're looking. It's like we're live. Perfect. Okay. What is up, y'all? Good morning. It is Monday. I'm trying to wrap up this new indicator that I'm working on. So bear with me as I figure this out. And yeah, let's see what it has. That's it. Okay. Let's see if this fixes the error. It did. Okay. All right. We're cooking. Who do we got here? Take a risk, CHK. Good morning. Very, very bullish open. Love that. Racing towards 24,497. We're only 300 points away from my target that I've been going for. Pretty crazy, huh? Pretty crazy, huh? Let's see. Indicators way out of whack. All right, we'll work on that later. We'll work on that later. For now, ES pushing higher, NQ pushing higher, very bullish open. Okay, moving away from the magnet that we had overnight. We retested this naked POC, right? This liquidity from the Friday session, and we're having a nice little extension upwards. No data today, but tomorrow we do have core retail sales. And then the next day, well, actually tomorrow we have core retail sales. Wednesday we have FOMC. So Wednesday is really going to run the week. That's what we're looking for. Same macro target. Okay. We've been in an uptrend going for 24,500. If at any point on any of my streams you just went long, since I've been mentioning this, you're probably up over 1,000 points, at least. So you're welcome. If you're not up 1,000 points, ask yourself why you didn't try to swing along at least on some MNQs, because that would be the easiest thing to do. Okay, not much special in terms of the macro. Okay, you can see here we had a bullish engulfing candle Friday, pushed up higher, right? That closed there. And if we look at ES's chart on the weekly, very similar weekly candle, right? Very bullish, high volume candle. Last week on ES, lower volume on NQ. But still a very bullish candle. And we're pushing higher going towards that macro target. If we have a very hot Q4, right? Next target, 26,571. I'll probably try out a short right here at this level, 24.5, because why not? Makes the most sense. I can finally add an alert here. We're getting close to it. We will take that short when it comes. Conquistador, good morning. SMK Prabhu, good morning. Watching the VP build value above the value area high on MNQ. There you go. Good morning, OG Trade. How are you? I'm a little blown out on my camera. We can fix that real quick. Hold up, guys. There we go. It's a little bit better. How's everybody's weekend? Anything crazy happen? Personally, just been busy working every single day. Studio's coming together. Trying to wrap up this indicator and this scanner that I've been working on. I am slowly trying to work towards a going full circle. When I first started trading, like 10 years ago, I tried doing algo trading, which went poorly because I didn't know how to trade. It's hard to be an algo trader when you know how to trade. Now that I definitely know how to trade, I literally last night was like, let me see if I can just automate my entire system or a lot of it. What I would like to do in my mind is just have, even if it's like 10 across the entire market, just 10 choices that just fit my system. I can either take them with futures, I could take asymmetric opportunities with options. So once I have that set up, I'll probably test that out for 30 days. We'll do some forward testing with the indicators on a few sim accounts. And then after testing it out for 30 days, I'm going to put some real money in that thing. See how it goes. Bud Crawford for the weekend. Kirthana, good morning. Investor Z, good morning. What's up? What's up? Pushing higher. Macro target 24,500. We're moving towards it. We are moving towards it, folks. Let's see how our VP is developing here. I already know it shifted higher on ES. We cracked this trend line. Let's see here. So on the giveaways, because of the amount of back and forth with MFF, I'm going to pause it for now until everybody gets their account. So I sent them another email. I apologize, guys. What I'll probably do is I'll just do the giveaway on Friday or Wednesday, whenever I get confirmation that all those accounts have been provisioned. I just don't want to have a backup of like people and accounts and stuff like that. And I just want to make sure that's organized. You know, I don't want to make their lives too hard, quite frankly. So no giveaway today. I already messaged them. Once I get confirmation back, I'll do a new form for this week. For anybody who's new here, okay, I do 4 My Funded Future accounts a week, and I'm giving away Apex Trader Funding accounts as well. Okay, so we did 1 drawing last week. Once all of that is cleaned up, then we'll resume it again. New spaces coming together. I actually just got a phone call right before the stream that they threw away a server rack that was in my office that they were not supposed to throw away. So that's exciting. Need to save some money on that. If anyone's curious how much it costs to build out an HQ, over $100,000. Whoa. Oh, you can open that. Ooh. Thanks, Boog. Can I get more coffee? Wait, let me touch your butt. Get on out of here. It's a little butt touching. Get the market going, guys. I need it. It's actually part of my girlfriend's laughing and shaking her head. Makes me a better trader, I'm telling you. Can you imagine? You're sitting down commanding your ship, trying to make as much money as possible. But you didn't slap your girl's ass. It's just not the same. It's not the same. Paolo, what's up, man? Good morning. SK Procure, 1989. What's good? Welcome back to the #1 place on the internet. So, ES 1 hour volume profile has pushed a little bit higher. Got this bimodal distribution. MFF canceled my giveaway for non-payment. Guess it's only free for 30 days. LOL. Oh, really? Well, that's news to me. So it looks like for these giveaways, I didn't know this, guys. We've got like 30 days to pass if you don't want to pay a fee. So keep that in mind. Didn't know that. Muthukumar T, welcome back, brother. Good to see you. Or sister, don't know. Boys and girls, gentlemen and ladies. So there is a divergence, is a point I keep wanting to make. There's a divergence in the volume profile. So the ESVP has shifted higher. NQ does have this node here, right around 24,180. We're obviously not going to just get a straight line move. Very bullish move, though, here in the morning. Let's see if they do like an in-shape continuation. They're building value higher. Obviously bullish. Outside of being swing long into 24.5, not really looking much RTH here. If you guys have been following me, you know Mondays mornings are not really like a trade time for me. Okay, Tuesdays are hot. Sunday settlement open is hot if there's a trade, so I'll take a trade at like 6 p.m. Sunday. Mondays, I like to get my bearings for the week. I think that's actually way more important, by the way. You only need in a week, like really one good trading day, to be honest. But the reason I'm never antsy, even if there's a big move on Monday, I'm never really antsy to get in for a few reasons, and I'll enumerate them now. Okay. One, if there is one big move, there will be another, okay? The market moves in waves. So let's say you wake up Monday morning, you're like, holy crap, I missed and you're freaking out. The market is going to move. It's going to consolidate, and then there's going to be probably an equal or if not larger move, at least out of the first wave in a week. I'm just telling you right now. You don't believe me, go look it up for yourself. Do that homework. But you don't need to have FOMO, okay? There's a zero FOMO on Monday. There's just no reason. And like if Monday is the best trading day of the week, one of the weirdest weeks in the markets I've ever encountered. I'll tell you guys that right now. So just relax, take a breath. If you're like, man, I can't believe I missed this. Should I long the high? Wrong. Don't do that. Just relax, chill out, get some water, get some coffee. Okay. Go to the higher time frames. Let's go to the monthly. And let's start thinking big. We want to think big. We want to think like a trader who's going to have a 7-figure P&L, not somebody who's freaking out because he didn't make 75 points on Monday. Okay. That's where some of you guys are. So on the monthly, you can see that we do have these highs. Okay. Confluence coming in with my macro target 24,500. Okay. Monthly chart. Let's take up the whole screen with this one. Okay. Clean picture here of what's happening on the macro. Still in an uptrend. Okay. We have this quasi channel in here. If we draw a squiggle on the monthly, which two things come to mind. One, I'm definitely probably going to try a short out up here because why not? Very, very tight stop on that. If and when we range lower, not if, eventually the market will roll. I'm looking for this trend line, guys. I'm looking for this to be in play. Okay, I am going to look for liquidity. I know for a fact that there's liquidity down here, actually, even though my VP is not loading, because that was the shelf that we bounced out of on the weekly. Okay, I know there's a huge chunk of liquidity down here. And I also believe there's a chunk of liquidity here, even without the VP loading. Let's see if we can get it to load, though. Let's go to the 24-hour, which is the 1 day. Big red F in the bottom right of the screen reminds me of school. Let me figure out how to remove that. Don't know. How to remove that right now, to be honest. Definitely not necessary. I think you guys know where you are. Sorry about that. Rajamani, good morning. Mr. Smith, good morning. Sub Ramani and RN, good morning. Parvati, good morning. Maha Lakshmi. Yo, Lakshmi is a good name, dude. That's a good ass name, dude. Good morning. Welcome to the best place on the internet. Did you change how the ads run? I haven't changed anything, guys. I barely know how to stream. So I'm sure YouTube is trying to maximize their profits off of my efforts. Let me actually write down a to-do right now to actually look at the ad settings. Look at stream ad configuration. What is going on? Wow. There we go. Some other fun facts, right? Getting quotes for different types of work. From different contractors is very interesting, to say the least, at the variance in answers. I've learned a lot. Learned a lot recently about my commercial build out. The only stream Forrest is great at is streams of income. Facts. Facts, bro. Very bullish open here. Mostly all sentiment, something as bearish, but market at all-time high. So, two important things. One, the markets, the financial markets are separate from the US economy. This is true for every economy, actually, but the markets are separate from the economy. Your ability to get a job, pay rent, all of that is kind of outside people investing into the market. Also, when we think about inflation or measuring inflation, stock prices, in a sense, kind of show inflation. If there's nowhere where people can put their money, and the only place they could put it in the market, we could see like a quasi squeeze in the markets higher, right? Predating a crash, right? It's kind of like the bubble situation. Everybody races into something because that's the best return vehicle. That bubble pops. It's not one thing or the other. It's often a lot of things in a when the macro environment becomes destabilized, we often think that it just runs down. Like a bad economy, just prices go down. That's not true. We also understand that hyperinflation is a thing, but a part of that can be an inflation in equity prices, right? Which results in a bubble. Then you have a big pop. Everything gets, drops off a cliff, right? So the market can run hot. The market can be broken in both directions, is a key factor here. And it can run irrationally hot a lot longer than you think. So the reason, and this gets back to your question, people can be looking around and be like, what the heck? Like the macro environment's not good. I'm very bearish. And everybody starts shorting. But the market could run for another 12 months hot before this entire system finally breaks, right? It's kind of like identifying a leak in your engine and you're like, oh crap, like we're going to run out of gas. But then the car drives for another 80 miles. It's like you weren't wrong. You were just early. The only successful stream I had was this morning when I peed, and that's good enough for me. There you go, Mr. Smith. There you go, brother. Oh, wow. What's the ETA on that getting fixed? I need to also respond to my cable guy. Hold on, guys. What questions do you guys have for me this morning? If you've been following along, you should have had plenty of long opportunities coming up to 497. If you didn't, sorry. But you definitely should have. You definitely should have. What other tickers you guys want to look at? I want to try this on GC. Oh, it's already on this chart, actually. Don't need VWAP. I don't think I can work on this and stream at the same time. Yeah, I'm gonna work on this later. A little bit later. Regarding Quant VPS, do you need a computer running at home in order to mobile copy trade anywhere? No. So the reason I use Quant VPS and the reason why VPSs are good in general, I believe there's a link. Let me know if you guys don't have a link. I have a discount link for Quant VPS if you guys want to get a virtual private server. But the whole point of having a virtual private server is that you don't have to, you barely even need an internet connection. You just need to be able to connect to your VPS. Your VPS keeps your chart open, keeps you logged in to all your accounts. And you don't just have to use it for like NinjaTrader and copy trading. That's what a lot of people use it for, but you can also use it for all of your trading or anything at all. I have a few things that I run on my VPS because I just have the compute already, and instead of running it on like a server on Amazon, I just have cron jobs that run on my VPS. So just double dipping on those, but it's literally just a computer. It's straight up a computer that someone else runs. They make sure it stays running. You could take snapshots of it, so if it ever breaks, you don't have to fix it. You just go back to the last working snapshot. They're super convenient. The best thing is that when you're mobile trading, like on your phone, you can just log in and you can still use like your normal trading, like desktop trading experience from your phone. Trade like all your different accounts and stuff like that. So it's probably the best way to copy trade if you're gonna actually do a lot of accounts, so you don't have to deal with having all that software running on your computer. You can just run TradingView. It'll be synced to your, like log into the same account in TradingView that you would in Quant VPS, and you're good. I did a video on it a while back. But yeah, I did a video on setting all that up. Please post the link to my code. Yeah, I got you. Can't remember. It's probably the same as my other codes, but I have no idea, to be honest, guys. Let's see. Okay, MFF just said they credited the accounts that I sent them. So if you've been missing Go check. Hold on. Look at how bullish this is. Holy smokes. Dude, if I would have swung calls for today. Did I swing calls for today? Can you imagine just forgetting about a position you're in? Done that before. My UPS calls are up substantially. Let me take a look. Oh, this website is stuck, apparently. I'll give you guys a code in a second. Been practicing taking calls on demo of Thinkorswim based on VP analysis outside of Greeks. Is there a nuance we should be cognizant of? Oh yeah, I could talk about options all day. So what you want to look at, very, very similar to the volume profile, is you want to look at the volume and open interest, in particular open interest. Your MFF account is not showing up, awesome. So look at open interest very much like you would the volume profile. And what you want to look for is outlier interest, right? These outlier interests is going to show up on your chart. If you overlaid it on like SPX, okay. Very similar to the volume profile here, you could look at the interest as levels on the VP here. And those levels will act as support and resistance. The outlier interest will. Okay, it'll be very, very clear as day as you. And you'll understand why the high of the day and the low of the day are what they are sometimes, right? Where ES and NQ kind of hit these arbitrary levels. Open up SPX on the side, and you'll see that like there'll be a fat OI shell fat, whatever some strike is, right? Or if there's a ton of interest at the end of day, you'll see the market run out of a level and take a bunch of things out of the money for the same thing, or for the same reason. So I have a few videos explaining it in depth. I will literally have to pull those up. I don't spend too much time talking about options on stream just because they're complicated and I don't want people to get smoked, honestly. And QPOC still has not shifted, interesting enough. 10 o'clock candle just closed, strong engulfing green. Very strong engulfing candle. Why won't this thing let me log in? Hold on, guys. I'm trying to log in a Quant VPS to get this code. Well, all right, let's see. I think their login is like down right now, which is unfortunate. Well, luckily the server is fine. But yeah, their login is definitely acting up. Unfortunately, that is the case. It's not going to send me a new code. Let's see. Yeah, can't log into Quant VPS right now. I'll check back in a second. Let me try on another tab, actually. Let's see. What? Third time's the charm. Check out my videos on gamma trades as well. I have a write-up where I talk about my gamma trades, but those trades are easy, like 10x, 20x trades. The whole reason I built Forrest, that like trading tool and all that, it's just for option trading. I don't take that many options trade, but like you really don't need to when you're hunting for these A setups. But all my gamma trades are just mean reversions where I am looking for optimal conditions, right? So beginning and end of the month in particular. I do look at open interest, right? So the behavior of the markets, I'll give you a very simple example. There could, for example, be a gap fill situation. Like, okay, you have a gap fill situation, and then imagine that there is a large amount of interest, not just volume, but there's a large amount of interest at, I don't know, 65.95 that expires today. So the question you have to ask yourself is, at the end of the day, is the market going to let all of this outside interest go in the money, or are they going to front run it and reject it and then close that gap in the next session after burning all that interest? So if you've ever had a day where you're like, man, I can't believe it got so close to my strike and then they screwed me. Well, if you were to check the OI and just plotted it like the volume profile, you'll understand why, right? So you should always be thinking about who's going to get screwed the most. Obviously, sometimes things will just go into the money, which is why I look for the beginning and the end of the month, right? Where the monthly and the weekly candles are closing. If you can get a Friday where the monthly and the weekly are closing the same day, those are the best gamma days, bar none. They're the days I look for, at least. If you don't believe me, well, look for yourself. See what we got on SPY here. Not as big of a gap. 659. There's a node down there. This is a very bullish open. I'm curious how our chart is going to look by Wednesday. Okay, in particular, if we look at the daily, okay, so we have 3 up candles right now. We need to see how today closes, obviously. Okay, so don't get too crazy. But at some point, we're going to do some type of consolidating candle, unless we just run hot straight to this level, which I'll probably short. I might try some puts up there as well. Very, very curious how that ends up looking. Yeah, straight up cannot log into Quant VPS, guys. So sorry. I might have a link for a code somewhere in one of my other videos. My God, bro. October 22nd. Oh my goodness. Are you funded with TPT? If so, what accounts? Nah, I haven't been traded TPT in a while. Ask about other thoughts on Webull for a leap option. Sorry guys, I'm getting distracted. My business partner is doing what he normally does, which is be a pain in my ass. A pain in my ass. Later, Paulo. Good stuff. Oh, all good. TPT is good though. Okay, I've traded them before. I was using the 50Ks when I was trading them before. 50Ks are good. Definitely try out the 50K accounts. TPT. Use my code Forrest Trading. 50 swing account you should try as they allow overnight. Yeah, I think any swing account is good in general. You know. Yes, coming back to POC NQ here. Oh my goodness. All right, sorry guys. My GC, like, there's so much stuff moving around. And it's like, if I'm not a part of every single little thing, it just will get fucked up, unfortunately. That's my job. That's what I do. So I would look for where the node is going to form midday here. Okay, NQ POC finally shifted higher on the 4 hour here, right? So volume is getting built higher. We have two modes of distribution. If we do pin higher, what I anticipate is that tomorrow we will do a prior day VAL retest. Okay, we'll do a little rotation lower to current sessions VAL. I know this is very forward looking. We have to think about what makes the most sense for Tuesday and Wednesday. Will we just have a straight bullish move up to 24.5? I don't know. Nonetheless, there's still 300 points on the table for this macro move. I would look for, you know, possibly entries long until this level. I mean, this is the same level that I've been calling out for literally weeks now. I will reevaluate my thesis once we hit it. It's been more than weeks. I mean, I feel like it's been a month and a half that I've been looking for 24.5. So if you missed out on any of this action, get in. Get in. The market is going to do another macro rotation after this one. So you need to be thinking and preparing for that, right? Don't be so zoomed into the 5-minute and things like that you're chasing these small trades, guys. Each and every one of you can do 1,000 points in the markets for sure. I am going to run though because I'm heavily distracted. I need to make sure nothing stupid happens. Go curse a bunch of people out. And I don't want to do that on Monday. Fuck my whole week up. All right. Thank y'all for joining. I will see you on Wednesday's stream.